Hi Jessica, how are you? Hi Diana.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And you?
Perfect, thank you. Jessica, what about you? How are you?
Fine, fine,
Ah,
teacher.
perfect. Let's start with our class. For today, we have two short homework. We were talking about a text. I really hope that you have read it. So, do you remember?
Yes,
Do you
teacher.
remember the text?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me a moment, girls, because Delia has some problems. A moment, please.
Casi no entro. Listo.
Hi, Celia.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, perfect. You can sign in. Perfect. Well, we were talking about our last class, our tag text, and we're going to discuss it so fast. So I want to share with you my screen, but a moment, please. We were talking about last class about a text about a blind guy. And the last question was the guy blind? That was the last question. So we're going to start with sharing our story, but I couldn't find it. Okay. Mhm. Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Ay, Dios. Mm,
Hi, Vanessa. Can you hear me?
ay, no.
Yes, teacher.
Vanessa, I cannot hear you.
Teacher, can you hear me now?
No.
Hi, Vanessa.
Teacher.
Vanessa, I cannot hear you. Okay. Let's going to talk again about that story. Three coffee cups. Okay, girls? So I'm going to read it so fast, and at the end, you're going to tell me if the guy really was blind or not and why. Three coffee cups. This is a free version based on the original story of Mary Benedict. So we're going to start. She gave me three coffee cups, one red, one yellow, one brown. She told me that I had to use them for special occasions, but life is too short to wait for special events in my life. I knew him, a guy to whom all girls wanted to talk. His smile, which made me feel powerful, was the first image that I couldn't take off my head. Besides that sparkle as soon as he came across me, it was magical, but not long-lasting.
Madre, ¿quién?
Alfred, his brother, who studied languages, never was attracted to me. When I went to his home, we barely spoke. His mother, in whom always I found a rival, never talked about his father, who knew that everything was going to be different. That wedding was precious. My dress, which had crystal beads in its upper part, was white and long. It fitted me as I wanted. My father, who always was against our relationship, walked me down the island. My mother just left me those three cups when I was 15. She died. We never talked about children, and time went on. We always had parties and meetings to keep our families and relatives close. most of whom never came back here after that day. Our house, which always had been open for everybody, closed its doors forever, which would be the worst thing, losing him or losing me. His smile that I loved to see every day vanished. His eyes where my soul could rest lost its vision forever. Everything went wrong. Money wasn't the problem. People who we worked with gave us a generous compensation for his services. Friends vanished. Colleagues in whom we trusted faded away. The closest relatives whose problems we solved at any moment went away. At that moment, we were he, our dog, which became his guide, never played again, his mother, that I thought never loved me, we get along pretty well. She had been my unconditional support. My father is the only person who could offer me a comfortable place to rest. His shoulder always visited us 3 times in a month. That afternoon, as every day, Alfredo came at home. He kissed me softly in my mouth, as always during the last year. We got used to his empty gaze. He was totally blind. I served some coffee for us. I used to serve the coffee for him in the brown one, but that day I decided to change. I served him in the red one. So we sat on the couch. He was in front of us. Alfredo touched me softly on my right cheek and I kissed his hand. We were just drinking our coffees and suddenly he stared at me and told me, "Dear, don't change the coffee cup. I love the brown one." So, we're going to discuss Vanessa. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, and you?
Yes, perfect. Okay, let's start. So, Jessica, what is your opinion? The guy was really blind, or what do you think?
Hi, teacher. I think in a moment maybe he was blind. Maybe there was some ill or something like that. I don't know, an infection. I don't know. But he recovered the vision,
Mm-hmm.
and that in that moment in the when girl changed the cups, the the guy decided to says to her that he could see. Then he chose maybe something, I don't know how to say, something casual for sale. Because for me it is impossible to know where you are drinking in a coffee or a red, sorry, we're drinking in a brown or a red cup. Then I think he recovered the vision in that moment.
Okay, he was blind, but in that
Yes,
moment, he recovered his vision.
yes, maybe.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jessica. Diana, what about you?
Hi, teacher and everyone. So, well, uh, teacher, could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, so maybe he was blind, okay, because they had a problem and so was as difficult situation. But that day in the afternoon, I don't know if he was pretending to be blind or he suddenly come back the vision. I don't know, but at the middle of the story, he was blind, and in the end, he can see again. So
Okay,
that's what
maybe he was pretending to be blind.
maybe
Maybe.
because it's not something that you can just okay. I'm blind and now I can see. So it's
Um,
like kind of process or something like that.
okay, thank you so much, Diana. Celia, what about you? Do you think that the guy was blind? Celia?
I think that the man was blind.
Was totally blind. Okay, why?
Yes, because he uh, he have a dog, a guide dog. I
Because
understand.
okay,
No?
because he has a guide dog.
Yes,
Okay, for that reason, you consider that the guy was totally blind, right?
yes.
Okay, thank you, Celia. And what about you, Vanessa? Do you consider that the guy was
I
totally blind?
Teacher.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to understand that part of the reading in which she mentioned that after a birthday, Alfredo come at home. He gives me something in my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
as always during last year. As always during last years, we got used to his empty gaze. He
Mm-hmm.
always totally blind. I believe that maybe they were playing. They were playing because it's like she expressed like is they always use or always play to his empty gaze. There is that kind of player that you have to score, which is the things that do you have in your hand, something like that. So I consider that the guy is not blind; he's just kidding or playing with her. With her, I don't know.
Okay, he were playing. He was playing. Okay, just the guy or three of them were playing.
I consider that three.
All
Should
of them, in that case, knew about that game.
mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa. Jessica, you said that maybe the guy could be blind or something like that. Why do you consider that the guy was pretending to be blind?
Uh, because don't know, teacher. Maybe he was tired with his
Um,
life or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he is crazy. He has mental problems. I don't know. And
okay.
for that reason, or maybe he needs money. And in the story says that the company, uh, for what he worked, pay him a lot of money. Maybe that was the reason he want money. I don't know. He wants money.
Maybe he needed some money, and for that reason he pretended to be
Yes,
blind and received that generous compensation.
yes. And here in Colombia, I don't know in other parts of in the world, but here in Colombia, many people, sorry, can pretend some illness for receive money. Maybe that is the case. I don't know.
So Colombian style, yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes. Thank you, Jessica. Okay, Diana. You said the same thing that maybe he's pretending to be blind and so on. Why do you consider that?
Well, it was when I read that part, then they receive a generous compensation. So maybe it was a reason why. And and yes, in the end, he just recovered the vision. I mean, he was pretending because she changed the cup, and then he just say don't change it. So
Mhm.
maybe it's, I don't know. It's a supposition.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Diana.
Okay.
And Sylvia, you said that the guy was blind because he had a guide dog. What else do you think are the clues to consider this man like a blind person? Besides the guide dog, what kind of other things give you the information to say that he is blind?
Mm, about the Alfred,
No, the guy.
the guy. Oh my goodness. The guy for me ha, has has bad relationships with his family. It's a family with problem, no?
Oh, he had a family issues with his wife, with his mother,
Yes,
with what?
mm, yes, teacher.
With all of them?
Okay. With mother and father and brother
Oh, okay,
and
perfect.
dog.
So, okay, and you said that he is blind because he had a guide dog. Just
Yes.
only one thing. That. What kind of other information do you can you rescue in order to say that he is blind?
Okay.
What other besides he has a guide dog? Okay. What else besides
Mm,
that information?
okay. Mm. No, for me the information is the text
Mm-hmm.
talk about his he say that um, he's blind,
In which part?
totally blind.
Who
He's a
said
firm.
who says that?
Mm,
He says that Alfred says that the narrator says that who says that?
mm. Alfred. The
Alfred
test, all
in
the
the text.
tests talk about he was totally blind.
In a specific part, in a final part, if you
Yes,
read here, he was totally blind. That is
yes.
the final part.
Mm,
That information gives us the narrator, in that case, the guy's wife. Okay?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you, Julia. Vanessa, okay, you says that in the same case, he was pretending on the same, and just in the final moment he recovered his vision. Do you consider at any moment that he was pretending be blind?
Well, is that I try to focus in that part of the reading that she mentions that we got used to his empty gaze. I know I think that maybe um, give me that thinking in my mind that I don't know, it's just for a moment, it's just for a play, it's just for a time. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very confused, and I'm so confused because I was reading in the part in that I don't know. It's like when she said that her what is okay. Our accounts which always has been open for everybody because it's not for average. Which would be the worst things losing him or losing me? I don't know. It's like maybe I'm changing my answers. I consider that maybe he was blind at the beginning, and I don't know if that for the reason that the families is go away. And I don't know. I don't know. In that moment, I confuse again. I'm really confused because it's not part of the paragraph. I don't know, mentions that maybe yes, and the other part no, and the final yes. And so it's so
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know.
I consider that everyone, when I came but the first time with the text, obviously we get some confused. It is totally normal. Well, we don't have a right or wrong answer because that is an interpretation. That is that we could infer from the text. And that is important because you are justifying, okay, I consider that it's maybe because he wants money and for that reason he pretends to be blind. Or, okay, he is blind because he has a guide dog. For that reason, he is blind. And you said, no, I don't know, because in the final part, he says that he can see. So, what is the truth? Okay, according to Mario Benedetti's version, he says that he wasn't blind. He can see, just he got tired of all his life and he wants to find out where of all of people he around him and so on, he were really truly were loyal to him. For that reason, he pretend to be blind and so on. At the end of the text, we can see here in this final part, dear, don't change the coffee cup. I love the wrong one. That is the real version because it's the guy's voice, it's the real guy's voice. During a long narration, his wife are talking about his illness, his process, and so on. But this final part is the voice of the guy. Dear, don't change the coffee cup. I love the brown one. He can observe the colors, he can identify everything, just he
Mm.
was pretending to be blind. Entonces, chicas, sí, es un texto que es un poquito, sí, confuso, inclusive cuando uno lo lee en español, uno queda así como que, uy, ¿qué pasó aquí? Es como un
Mm.
poquito extraño, un poquito raro, pero sí es importante que nos acostumbremos a ese tipo de textos. Lo argumentaron muy bien, todas lo argumentaron perfectamente, muy bien, o sea, todos tuvieron, no, pero es que en esta parte del texto dice esto, entonces sí es cierto, pero no, al final podemos escuchar que es la voz real del hombre que dice, no cambies la copa a café, no cambies la copa,
Mm.
a café, no la cambies por favor. Es la voz de él, es que nos, de verdad nos dice, no estoy ciego, identifico los colores, puedo ver.
Ah.
Pero igual, muy bien, chicas. Igual, como les decía al principio, no se tiene una interpretación verdadera, no hay una interpretación real porque hace parte de toda una narrativa. Eso es lo que nos da pues, la oportunidad de tener la literatura como a la mano de hacer nuestras propias interpretaciones como queramos. Pero muy bien, excelente, chicas, muy bien. So, let's continue with our topic, a short review from the relative class. Okay, let's start. Last class, we saw some characteristics about relative classes. So, okay, so let's start with this. Okay, Sylvia,
Tell me,
please.
teacher.
Okay, who?
Who?
What kind of objects we can describe with who?
Who? Who is you for person?
Four people. Perfect. Four people. Thank you, Celia. Which? Diana.
Which is for things and animals.
Perfect. Thank you, Diana. Carmen. Hi. Good evening. Whom?
Uh,
Whom?
for for um, oh God, for people and play
For people and what?
and play.
No, mom. So just for people. Just for people. Just for people.
Okay.
Thank you, Carmen. Vanessa, we use that in which cases? Which kind of things?
Plan is just for things, and it's you for people. Just for
People,
people.
animals,
Yes,
all
things,
kind of
both
things.
animals. Yes.
Thank you, Vanessa. Okay, perfect. Jessica, the easier one. The easier.
For places.
Four places. Perfect. So we said that those relative clauses we use them in order to add additional characteristics for sentence or for objects. For example, we could say that this cell phone, which has big memory capacity, is in my room. We have here the relative clause, which, and we have here two important characteristics. Has a big memory capacity. We can save a lot of information here. And the location is in my room. We are talking about something which has a big memory. Please turn off the mics. Please, Ilya, Carmen, please turn off the mics.
Yes. Excuse me, teacher.
Turn off your mics, please.
What is my teacher?
Mics, your micrófono. Tu micrófono, tu
Ah,
micrófono.
okay.
Tu micrófono, tu micrófono. Okay, so if this cell phone, which has a big memory capacity, is in my room. So, for people, the guy who is next to me is blind. The guy who is next to me is blind. Two characteristics to one person. The guy, one person, is next to me and he is blind. So, for example, you can also can find in some examinations. Join please these two sentences. Okay. The house is big, and the house is burning. So you can use which or that. It depends on the context. Generally, we use than for informal context or for informal conversations. But you can also use which for formal or academic situations. So we can say the house is big. The house that is big is burning. In this place, we're going to place a comma because between two spaces, it is a too short sentence. For that reason, we need to use a comma to separate information. Both information are important because the house that is big, it is burning at the same time. So we need to separate that information with a comma. And the house that is burning, is big, is burning. Two informations in just one sentence. For example, can that. So we can also say that the dog which beats me has has big teeth. El perro que me muerde tiene grandes dientes. So we're going to join two information in just one sentence. So we're going to do some exercise. We're going to join two sentences in just one using some of the above relative clauses. So the book is over the table. The book has important information. So we're going to start with Diana. Please start. Join those sentences in just one sentence.
Yes, teacher. The book that is over the table has important information.
Perfect. Which usage? Perfect. The book, which is over the table, has important information. We use those relative clauses to avoid redundancy and to give more information about the subject. Again, thank you, Diana. Perfect. So let's continue with Jessica. And the girl has a short skirt. The girl and was a boyfriend. So Jessica, join them.
And the girl who has a short skirt was a boyfriend.
Has a boyfriend.
Was
Sorry.
had a boyfriend, yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. You realized. Perfect. Thank you, Jessica. Celia, pay attention here, please. The keys are under my bed.
Okay.
The keys. The keys. The keys open my frontal door. Okay.
Okay. The case
The keys.
which are under my bed. Yes?
Okay. Keys. Perfect. The keys which are under my bed. Mhm.
Ay, my goodness. The case that I know that
They start
open
on
my front door. That the
but
case.
you're going to join two sentences.
Okay, okay, teacher. The case
That's
which are
example.
under my bed.
Mhm.
eh, that open my frontal doors. No,
You're no.
no,
You're going
no.
to use just one relative clause. You're using both which and that. The keys which are under my bed that open my frontal door. That is not correct.
No? Ay,
No.
my goodness, teacher.
Don't worry. Look at this. The keys which are under my bed open
Yes.
my frontal door.
Okay, teacher.
Solamente vas a utilizar un solo relative clause.
Yo entendí que los dos o tres sí se podía, pero dije, ay,
No. No, como los ejemplos anteriores, ¿sí ves? The book which is over the table has important information. The girl who
ok.
has a short skirt had a boyfriend, and the keys are under my bed. Open my frontal door.
Ok.
The idea is to make them short. La idea es que tú las hagas más cortas, más cortas. Esa es la idea. Reducir, no dar tanta información en tanta palabra, sino que simplemente dar la información que necesitas y utilizas una palabra para unirlas, ¿vale?
Ok, teacher. Gracias.
Vamos nuevamente a otro ejemplo, Silvia. Todavía no, todavía no.
We
Ok.
which.
Wait. So, the pencil and has the pencil has a short eraser in its tip. The
Oh,
pencil, the pencil, and the pencil serve to me a lot. Okay, join them.
okay. The pencil which has a short eraser in its tip.
Perfect.
Okay. Serves to meet a lot.
Perfect. That's totally correct. The
Thank
pencil, which has a short eraser in its tip, serves to me a lot. Perfect, Sylvia. Okay. So, Carmen, we're going to continue with you. It's going to
Okay, teacher.
is here. This part we don't have enough space. Okay. The cat is sleeping over my couch. The cat is hungry. It's upset for the visit. For the visit. Okay, join.
Okay, the cat is, I'm sorry. The cat
Uh-huh.
which is sleeping over my couch is absent for my visit, my bath.
Perfect. For the visit. Perfect. You did it so well. The cat, which is sleeping over my couch, is upset for the visit. Perfect. In both cases, in the pencil, in the previous one, and this case, you can also not just use which, you can also use that. Both of them are valid. It depends on the context, but it is totally valid. Which or that. Which we can use it for formal context, and that we use it for common expression when we are talking to a friend or some familiar or something like that. But both of them are totally valid. And finally, Vanessa, please. The last one is the okay. My mother cooks so well. My mother eh, wanted to run a restaurant. Okay,
you.
Vanessa, go ahead, please.
Okay, the sentences is my mother who cooks so well wanted to run a restaurant.
Perfect. That's totally perfect. My mother, who cooks so well, wanted wanted to run a restaurant. Perfect. Restaurant. Okay. That's totally perfect. That is the most important things about relative clauses. Of course, I want to say you, I promised I couldn't do it yesterday, neither today. So I'm going to send you the information during this week. So we're going to make a short exercise about practicing these kind of terms. So, Jessica, do you like arts?
Yes. I like
What
the
kind of
music. Music.
music? What kind of music?
I like rock and
In
pop.
Spanish or English?
Sorry,
In Spanish or English?
both.
Both of them?
Yes,
Oh,
both of them.
okay, perfect. Thank you, Jessica. Diana, do you like arts?
Art is like an artist or something like that. Or
Yeah, arts in general, like painting, engraving,
yeah, yeah,
music.
I like so much. Well, I love music as everyone. So, but I like art, and especially like Dali or Picasso. That kind of age is so interesting.
Okay, perfect. Paintings. You like a lot paintings?
Yes.
Perfect. Music. What kind of music?
Well, I like rock too. but I used to listen everything. But I prefer rock and reggae.
Like,
Hmm.
rock and reggae, okay. Rock in Spanish or English?
English.
English, okay. Of course, because we are studying bachelor,
Yes,
of
it,
course.
it helps too, but I don't know. I think that it's better. I don't know why.
Oh, yes, that is so. I don't know. It's like because
Well,
yes, of course, Andres, Calamaro, Fito Páez,
okay,
they are
it's so
good.
good, but I mean about talking about new bands or contemporary bands, I preferred English
Um,
bands because
yeah.
uh, Spanish rock was very good, but before now it's not too good. Well,
Mm,
it has there are some good bands, but right now I can remember one.
no, me neither. No. Maybe we have a Colombian rock group that is called The Mills. No bad.
Okay, yeah, the meals maybe Super Litio. I don't know if you
Yes,
ever heard.
yes, but they are older. They're older.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why I can remember one so contemporary right now.
Because fashion nowadays is reggaeton. You know
Uh,
that.
if I like reggaeton,
Yes, really? You like reggaeton?
and not too much,
Ah,
but
ah,
if
yeah.
you are in a party, I
Yeah.
mean,
Ah, okay. That depends on the countries, but
yeah.
okay.
But if I'm in my home, I prefer to listen rock or pop too. I like
And
to.
I prefer pop than those kind of things. Okay. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
William, do you like arts?
Yes, teacher. I
What kind
absolutely
of
love arts.
arts? Okay.
Like Goya. Goya.
Go.
He says Spanish. He from Spanish. Spain,
Yeah.
Spain. Oh my God.
Don't worry, he's a Spanish painter. Okay. Do you have any prefer or favorite work from Goya?
Yeah, yeah, okay. Favorite teacher. Favorite painter.
Favorite painting from Goya?
Mm, ay, in this moment, I don't, Goya, pero Francisco de
Yeah.
Goya, sí.
But do you have
But
any specific work or painting that you love or that you're impacted with?
no,
No?
teacher, I don't have, but I watched the movie
I
about his life.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yes.
know that there was a
Goya,
movie about Goya. Okay.
yes,
And it is interesting.
yes, it's interesting. I recommend that you watch that movie.
What is the name?
The meat teacher.
Yes. What is the name? What is the name of the movie?
Ah, I don't remember. Goya.
Goya. Just Goya. Okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Celia. What about you, Vanessa? Do you like arts?
Well, okay, I consider that no,
Hmm.
but I'm not denied to know with and to have some preference for maybe I don't know to meet or to go to that place that it show me that kind of art. But actually, not much.
Not much. Okay. Thank you, Vanessa.
Okay.
Carmen, do you like arts?
Dance?
Arts.
Excuse me?
Arts. Like painting, engraving,
Art.
music, play,
Art.
arts.
Oh,
Yes, I love art. Um, I last go to the museums. I dream of going to the Louvre Museum. Um, or the in long time ago, I studied architecture and art. I love this.
Okay. What about architecture? Why do you live with this beautiful career?
Yes, yes, and this is my dream. Anyway, the live chair and I love now teaching. Okay,
Okay, perfectly. And what museums do you know?
um, all museums of Bogota. I
Mm-hmm.
want go to the museum. Um, I love Botero, Museo Botero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like to the Museo de Arte Contemporáneo because maybe in 2 and 3 months have the artist invitado y uh,
Yes.
they are the artists. Hay un artista invitado, no sé cómo decirlo.
Host.
Okay,
Host artist
thank you.
or new artist.
Okay, and I want in 1 year I go maybe 2 or 3 times in 1 year.
Okay, perfect. Boteros Museum, where is it located?
I live in Bogota
Yes, but Boteros Museum, where is it located? Where is it?
in the Candelaria.
And the various neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Carmen. So, we're going to see some controversial paintings, controversial works during some time ago. For example, here we have any of you recognize this picture?
Yep.
What is that?
This is Miguel Ángel. Right.
Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you know the name of this picture?
Em, sí, ese está en la Capilla Sixtina, bajo.
Perfect.
Um,
La Sagrada Familia. The Family, I don't
no,
know.
this is the sky, cielo, cielo, no, I don't remember the name.
The Last Judgment, el juicio final.
Ah, ok, juicio final.
La Sagrada Familia. Uy, Dios mío. Sí, así mismo pensé yo, tranquila. Apenas la busqué, ya es la Sagrada Familia. Y no, y esa queda en España. Y es muy bonita y es bastante controversial. So, The Last Judgment by Michelangelo, as said Carmen, was a painting made in Renaissance time, approximately 1536 until 1541. This is a fresco which covers the whole altar in the Sistine Chapel, as Carmen says, in Vatican City. Catholic Church was against this work because there are a lot of nude people, nude angels, nude bodies in its painting. And those nude figures are so common just in that time in public bathrooms and taverns. For that reason, this picture was like a symbol of prostitution, perdition, injury, or something like that. And it was so controversial because it covers the whole roof of the Sistine Chapel. So even after Michelangelo's death, the genitalia of those people were covered by painting over there with draped fabrics. For that reason, you couldn't see any kind of genitalia in this kind of picture. All of them are covered with fabric or something like it even has covered with clouds or something like that. So, Vanessa, Do you consider still in these times these kind of paintings could be controversial?
Well, actually, that kind of pictures, I really don't like.
Mhm.
If it's gonna be controversial, maybe because if you see, it's like you are, I don't know, eating with the having and with the how can I say, okay, with that word,
Yeah. What?
uh, with land, okay, or with the
Mhm.
earth.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's like if you don't agree with something, I don't know, good, and maybe the person, I don't know, it's like, yes, it's like fitting, or I don't know, I can't to express that kind of picture.
Okay, but you don't like it.
No,
All of these kind of pictures, nude people or something referring to the church or any specific situation you don't like of this picture.
I don't like
Don't
anything.
like, just don't
I
like.
don't like anything because I don't know, make me feel like scared.
I'm scared. Okay. Yes, it could be those kind of paintings could be, I don't know, frightening. Like yes, yes, some creepy.
Yes.
Maybe yes, yes. You're right. Thank you, Vanessa.
Okay.
So, Diana, do you like this picture?
Teacher, yes, I like.
Why do you like?
Yeah, because I consider that very interesting the story. So because in that time the Renaissance, so it was a big change in that age because
Mhm,
the men start to change to the oscurantist time because
mhm,
they always think in God. All the pictures, the painting, the writings was doing in order to thinking in God. But in that time, that artists make the difference, and that's why we right now recognize Michelangelo because he made an excellent work because he was a really really good artist, but he was different and he trying to do something different in that time. So that's why when we talk about Renaissance, we can have Michelangelo as a big point of reference. So I really like the painting because it's different. It has things that in that time couldn't people couldn't talk about it, about prostitution, about all those things that were something like bad in that time, and that's why they're trying to cover up. So for me, I like the picture, the painting, and I like the story in the background.
Okay, perfect. Yes, he made a great revolution, especially because that painting is in a church. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you, Diana.
Okay.
Celia, do you consider what do you believe is the main message that
You,
author want to say in this picture?
what do, excuse me, what is the question?
What is the message? What is the main
Ah,
message
okay.
that
Yes.
you, Michelangelo, wanted to express with this image, with this?
The message, maybe the religious is for all people in the world. Mm,
Mm,
the, the the painter, the painter mm, is it's about mm, I my goodness, it's about uh, good. It's very important the person has a good or nice behavior.
Okay, religion is universal, and do you consider everybody has to believe in something or
Yes,
a specific behavior, right?
yes, behavior. It's better. It's better for the people go to the sky.
Okay,
Ah,
and
paraíso, paraíso. Paraíso.
uh, okay, for the heaven. Okay, it is better for people who believes in someone, who believes in or has a specific believing and goes directly to the heaven. Okay,
Yes, yes.
okay, thank you, Zilia. Jessica, if you had the opportunity, you bought this picture?
No, I I
Come
don't
on.
have
Okay,
don't
why
have
do
that.
why don't you buy this beautiful
Uh,
thing?
because I like the picture has a lot of details,
Mhm,
but I don't enjoy that vision. I
mm,
think could be something something cruel. I don't know. I think the picture has a big message
uh-huh, okay.
because you can say if you do good things, you receive good things. If you do bad things, you receive bad things. But I don't want to 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 hang to hang it in my living room. I think could be really cruel, really
In your
cruel.
bedroom, in front of your bed.
No, terrible. I will have nightmares. No, I
Okay.
think it's beautiful, but in other part, in my house, no. No.
Far away.
Yes,
In Vatican City, it is perfect, but not in your home.
no, in my house, no. In a church, yes, but in my house, no.
Okay, you share the same thinking than Vanessa because she said that is kind of frightening, and I consider that is good. Yes, it has too many elements, it has too many figures, and the faces on those kind of people are so scary. Yes, I share also that conception. Thank you, Jessica. So, Carmen, if you had the opportunity, to buy these kind of pictures or
Yes,
this, yes.
sure, all time, yeah. Because it's
Mhm.
artwork. Okay, this is fantastic. Um, 2 points.
Ah,
For one part, um, for the religion, for I am Catholic.
mhm,
Uh, I think this important for the president
mhm,
uh, in the Catholic story. But more important for me is the art because it's fantastic. Um, a face is the artwork. One face is fantastic. You can see the eyes, nose, mouth, and it's too much people paint in this artwork. If one, I think Miguel Angel working in the
mhm.
night for the candle. Okay, this is fantastic. Okay, this is fantastic for me.
You're Yes, you're right too, because really it is important the message that this kind of paintings left for our contemporary story and so on. And that's right that every face in this painting has an characteristic expression. It is not the same. Some of them expresses fear, worry, happy, or maybe judgment or something like that. But yes, you're right, totally right, Carmen. Thank you. So we're going to see this. So Goya,
Thank
the
you.
Yes, Francisco Goya for the favorites for Celia. Okay. The nude Maha. It was painted between 17 and 19 and 1800. As you knew, a naked woman was so controversial, even though nowadays it is still controversial. So, other situation that was so polemic was her side. The woman's side was so plain, was so she didn't have any kind of shame. She started directly. She was starting directly to the artist, and it was so weird for the situation because generally women cannot stare at the eyes of men. It was so terrible because it was of kind of defiant or something like that. Even though the Spanish Inquisition rejected and confiscated this painting in 1815 and forcing Goya to paint a new version of this painted using a dressed woman. So, Celia, do you like this painting?
Yes, I like Goya's painting. It's
Okay,
a beautiful art.
it is a beautiful artist. Do you like to be a model of Goya?
Model, I no, teach. I model. I am a model.
If
Oh,
model, like a
model.
model, to pose for that kind of paintings.
Mm, no, no,
No?
no,
Oh.
no. For me, for my age, when I was
Well,
a teenager, yes, yes, yes.
if you were a teenager, of course, but now not.
In this
Okay.
moment, no.
Okay. Do you like to buy this kind of paintings?
This guy. I teacher, I don't understand this guy.
Don't worry. This kind of paintings,
Mm.
Goya paintings. Do you like to buy any one of them? Or this?
Buy a painting. I would like in the future. I buying painting. Goya.
Oh, okay, perfect. Do you consider that the Spanish Inquisition was totally right to reject this type of art in
Yes.
that moment?
Mm, yeah. Uy,
The Spanish Inquisition
the situation
was.
was terrible. Terrible.
Oh, okay. Why do you consider it was terrible?
Oh, oh, ay, teacher, hoy estoy perdida. What is the question?
Don't worry, don't worry, Ricardo, don't worry. The Spanish Inquisition rejected this kind of arts because it was a nude woman. So,
Yes.
do you consider was it a right or was it wrong? What do you consider?
Mm. I consider the that situation was a wrong behavior.
Wrong behavior. Why?
Um, because the art is very important for the countries.
For humanity, for countries, for our culture. Okay. Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, let's go into another one.
No, Picasso.
Picasso, that's correct. Oh, Celia, you are a good fan of arts. Okay, Celia, okay. Celia, what is the name of this picture? Do you remember?
Yes, I the name is the woman.
In Spanish. Don't worry, in Spanish.
Ay, no se me olvidó, pero creo que es que mi hijo hizo una pintura de eso, pero yo no me acuerdo las mujeres, ¿será? The woman, the women, the women.
Las Demoiselles de Avignon is the original title, but son las señoritas de Avignon.
Ay, yes, yes.
Las señoritas de Avignon. Okay, thank you, Celia. Vanessa, do you like this picture?
Well, I'm not disagree with that kind of pictures. I consider that each person's have that preference with that kind of pictures. So in my case, that I maybe buy it and hold on in my wall. No,
No? Okay.
because uh, I consider that the girl is so ugly that I know that notice the fact that no, no, no. I prefer another kind of pictures. I don't know, but that no.
Yes, it depends of the likes of
Yes, yes, it
people's likes
depends
and
on the
dislikes. Yes, totally agree. Totally agree with that. And don't you buy it, right?
no,
You
no,
don't
no.
buy it.
I don't buy.
Not at all. Okay. Thank you, Vanessa.
Okay.
Well, this picture was painted by Pablo Picasso, yes, of course, 1907. This is a painting of five naked women. Those women are prostitutes, and the title refers to a famous street in Barcelona which was famous for its brothel. Brothel is kind of prostitute's house. For that reason, this painting was so polemic in that moment because these girls were prostitutes, were the representation of prostitutes and the life and the happy between potatoes, happy life. So, Jessica, did you know about this background of this picture?
No, teacher, I didn't know anything about that.
What was your first impression of this painting?
Okay, I can see people, but if I see it in other part, oh my God, I can imagine what is happening this that. For me, it's confusing. I don't know, but
Yes.
maybe I have to read more about the topic.
Yes,
That's it.
could be interesting. Could be interesting
Yes,
for general culture.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes. It happens the same to me because okay, the first time I see, okay, I couldn't identify so well because I just can see just two women in the front, this central part, and I couldn't recognize this kind of woman. I don't know, and I consider yes, they are some I don't know, some kind of Venus or something like that. But yes, it was something difficult for me to identify. Thank you, Jessica.
Yes.
So, Diana, do you like it? Do you like this picture?
Yeah, I like. I used to like pictures, well, art because the story. So, I mean, he paint some prostitutes. So in that age was something that anyone's goes to refuse. So, and I like the way who he paint because was so different with that geometrical shapes and so different for that time, and that's why he is recognized right now because he was different. He tried something that for the most of people is not too aesthetic, is not too good. So I really like I like so much one of him the Guernica.
The Guernica,
The
yes,
Guernica.
Italian woman.
He told us an story. So it's about a war and death. So he's a big, he was a big artist. So I
Yes,
like,
it's like a protest in
yeah,
all of his works. Yes,
yeah.
totally.
He can talk about he, yeah, he he can talk about, well, by their art.
He
That is,
expresses the
yeah,
situation, the culture, the most difficult or challenging situations of Spain culture, Spanish culture, through his pictures. Yes, totally agree. And the Guernica is something so symbolic for all this culture because it was terrible. It was totally terrible, this war. Okay, thank you, Diana. So, Carmen, to finish, to close, do you like this painting?
Yes, Picasso is wonderful. Is art. Um, um, the Gertie Abiglioni is fantastic. Um, I love Picasso. In the first time,
Mhm.
everybody say Picasso is crazy
Mhm.
because cubismo, no sé cómo dice cubismo. Uh,
Cubism.
thank you. The cubism is a, a morph. Um, anyways, wonderful, wonderful paint. I love Picasso.
Oh, yes, because it's totally different. Yes, as everybody who thinks totally different the system or who do or who does totally different, it is like a market, like a crazy people or crazy woman or crazy man. Okay, girls, so we're going to stop here and let's switch back to Spanish. Okay. Listo, chicas, y eso era entonces el mensaje por hoy. Hoy solamente era como una práctica, así, para aflojar un poquito más nuestra lengüita, para que sigamos reforzando todo ese tipo de cositas. Durante este fin de semana les voy a enviar entonces la infografía, que estos 2 días he estado, bueno, es mi culpa, sorry. Entonces, se los voy a enviar por Skype, por correo, para que repasemos los temas y poco a poco vamos empezando ya con los temas de todos los tiempos pasados y seguimos haciendo este tipo de cositas, ¿vale? ¿Tienen alguna pregunta, alguna observación, algo que quieran añadir, alguna duda?
Bueno, por lo general, en la sección del semestre pasado, había algo que me gustaba mucho, pues no estoy diciendo que esté mal, pero entonces la profe hacía como un feedback de las cosas de que de pronto no pronunciábamos bien o de pronto que sí decimos una oración que gramaticalmente no esté bien correcta. Entonces de pronto nos hacía esos pequeños feedback de pronto en cada intervención o al final, donde pues
Ujú.
por lo menos a mí me ayudó muchísimo el semestre pasado porque pues sentí que pude corregir muchas cosas en las que de pronto estaba mal. Entonces pues eso me sirvió. De
Claro que
pronto
sí.
sí se podría, no todas las clases, de igual la metodología es diferente, pero pues sí puede servir como esa forma de pues obviamente seguir mejorando nuestro skill.
Claro que sí, tienes toda la razón, Vanessa, y muchas gracias. Eso ya lo empezaba a implementar desde la siguiente clase. Inicialmente esas clasecitas quería que fuéramos como soltando poquito a poquito y ya obviamente las siguientes empezamos ya un poquito más a ajustarnos y a mirar la
Ah, sí,
pronunciación, la sintaxis de las oraciones y todo eso. Claro que sí, tienes toda la razón y gracias, Vanessa, por hacer
listo,
esa
muchas
pregunta.
gracias, pero qué pena todo, pero
No,
dale.
claro, no, estás en todo tu derecho, tiene que ser así, por supuesto, para eso estamos. Gracias, Vanessa.
Ay, no, profe, no se vaya a poner tan estricta por
¿Cómo así que no, Celia? Claro que sí, tenemos que hacer
tranquilita.
eso. ¿Cómo vamos a aprender? ¿Cómo vamos a aprender, Celia?
A mí
No,
me encanta
señor.
estar relajada y sonriente.
Ay, sí, no me diga. Pues podemos estar relajados y sonrientes, pero tenemos en cuenta todas las cosas que uno... No, señora, que la
A mí no se
revoltosa,
vaya a corchar,
la
por favor.
revoltosa en la clase. Ay, la revoltosa. Celia la revolucionaria. Sí.
Ay, no.
Algo más que quieran adicionar, recomendación. Aparte de Celia, su revolución.
Sí, sí, profe, me parece muy chévere lo que dice Vanessa, porque uno en realidad recuerda mucho en lo que se equivocó. Entonces, cuando uno lo corrige el profesor en algo puntual, uno lo recuerda siempre. Entonces, uno ya no comete el error tan frecuentemente. Entonces, eso pues me parece muy chévere que lo empecemos a implementar, porque entre más exigentes sea las clases, pues mejor van a ser los resultados y pues la idea es tener una muy buena habilidad comunicativa y todo eso. Y ya.
Totalmente. Toda la razón. Venga, muchísimas gracias. Así se va a empezar a hacer desde la otra semana. Entonces, claro que sí.
Gracias,
Muchísimas
profe.
gracias. No, a ustedes. ¿Algo más, niñas? Todo por hoy, entonces. Listo, niños. Entonces,
No,
Dios los bendiga.
gracias.
Descansen mucho. Muy buen fin de semana. Y nos veremos entonces en
Ay, no
marzo.
me
Bye, profe. Muchas gracias. Estuvo muy buena la clase.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Ciao.
Gracias, profe.
So,
Thank
ciao.
you so much. Happy weekend.
Same to you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.